This is the plaintiff, Sharon Wager Simmons. She says she hired the defendant to take pictures at her wedding and chased him around for months and months trying to get her photos. The defendant's nothing more than a rude, old, broken-down photographer who doesn't know how to treat his clients, and she wants her $826.80 returned. This is the defendant, Harvey Thomas, Jr. He says the plaintiff had the proofs for over 2 months, returned them to him, and then demanded her album in only 2 weeks. He can't get an album made in 2 short weeks. No one can. And that's a fact. However, he did get the album done in time for court today and is ready to hand it over. Bottom line, he's the one who's owed money, and he plans on getting paid today. He's accused of not getting the shot. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $220 for all he's out.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket, the plaintiff hired the defendant to do her wedding photo. Says she's been chasing the guy down for months. But the defendant says the plaintiff kept the proofs for months and then demanded a 2-week turnaround. It's the case of you're so negative.
Thank you, Douglas. Sharon Wager Simmons, you are suing Harvey Thomas Jr. and his company. You've asked us not to mention the company by name. We'll respect that. For $826.80 that you want returned to you, that you paid for pictures that you have not received and no longer want.
That's correct.
Of your wedding.
Yes.
To this gentleman?
Yes.
How's it going? You guys still together?
Great.
Okay.
Not
Because I got to tell you, I get a lot of bride photographer cases, but I've never had anybody say, forget it, I don't want them. All right.
Yeah.
Tell me what's going on.
Okay, well, in 2005, I was married for 38 years, and my first husband passed away.
He passed away in 2005?
Yes.
Okay.
And then in 2008, I met Mr. Simmons, who has a mutual interest in cars like I do, and I said, why don't we get married at a car show?
Oh my God. Where have you been all of my husband's life? Okay.
And so May 1st, the owner of the dealership agreed to have our wedding at her dealership. 600 cars at this car show. So at the wedding, my children stood up.
Was it a religious ceremony or no?
No.
Okay.
In fact, the person who married us was the justice of the peace. He was a member of the car club.
Of course.
And,
Okay.
and the photographer at the wedding was just an amateur photographer who was also a car club member.
Okay.
And I had some pictures to show you what he did.
Oh,
Okay.
well, I can't go on another minute without seeing this.
I just take some highlighted pictures. They're in there with the CD. My grandson gave me away, and the dog was the ring bearer.
The dog was the ring bearer.
Yeah.
Boy,
My
you know how to have fun.
I do, actually. And I didn't have a wedding in my first marriage, so
Okay.
with 63, I'm going to have a white dress. I don't care. And
You go, girl, and have it at a car show. All right, so then now you go, and you had hired the defendant to do what?
we took pictures at the reception, which was at the downtown Marriott.
Okay.
Yes, the great pictures. We had a 1954 Rolls Royce as our limo, taking us to the...
Very nice. All right, so...
And so at the reception, it was a 2.5-hour contract that I signed with him.
And let me see the contract that you signed. And what was the deal that you had with him?
He was to take pictures in that 2.5-hour time frame, and then we were to get an album.
The 41 pictures are for the album, right? And 2.5 hours of his time for $850, of which you were paying $170 in cash, and the rest of it was Tradia. Tell me what Tradia
is. Okay, my friend Thomas Caddy was with Tradia, and he had trade dollars.
Now, Tradia is a what? A website?
It's a organization where business people trade their service, their products.
You're the member of Tradia. You're not, right?
No, right.
Tell me about it.
Tradia is a barter organization, like a barter bank.
Right.
I sell photos, take trade dollars, then I can spend the trade dollars on other things, like staying in a motel.
Is there a transaction fee each time?
There's a fee that you pay for handling this.
All right.
Plus, I paid a fee too. 6%.
Okay, now, so you're not actually a member of Tradia, you had a friend who was.
Right, and I have a sworn affidavit from
That
him.
you paid him the Tradia dollars, plus you paid the transaction fee.
Yeah, I paid him cash.
So in the end, if everything had worked out, the photos would have cost you $850 plus the Tradia transaction fee.
Correct.
Why would you do such a thing instead of just paying him the $850?
Because I didn't have the money.
That's it. So that would give you a chance to pay
Over time.
little by little, because your friend was going to let you pay little by little to him.
Exactly.
Okay, got it. So now here we are at your reception, and what goes wrong?
Well, nothing there.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you got married in May.
May 1st.
And when do you get your proofs?
I don't know exactly. I think it was 2 or 3 weeks after.
Okay, and then what happened?
We got them, but then my baby sister died suddenly.
I'm so sorry.
The end of May, yeah. And so nobody was looking at pictures at that point, you know. And then sometime in the latter part of June, we looked at the proofs. And I think we gave our selections back to Harvey in July sometime.
Okay, so you give the proofs back in July, and then what happens?
And then we didn't hear anything. Wayne started calling, and I saw there was no response, and so I started with a paper email trail.
Okay,
thinking
and what,
this is
do you
gonna
have
be
the
trouble.
emails?
I do, Your
May
Honor.
I see them?
Okay.
Okay. Now, on September 19th, you've reached a frustration level because 2 months have now passed that you give him the proofs. Of course, you say, well, 5 months have gone by, but 5 months weren't his fault.
Correct.
2 months were his fault.
Right.
You were paid immediately. I have nothing to show for it. I'm demanding my money back. He then responds, to tell you the truth, my problem has been money. I am having financial problems. I have not had the money to pay for the retouching. It has been really slow for my business. If you want